Hello, my name's Linda. I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm going to actually be making a box today for 2 bars of dairy milk. And I'm actually going to be using the Graphic 45 Ocean Blue paper pad, as well as some Stampin' Up product. I saw this and I really love it, so I'm going to sort of incorporate it in with one of my projects. So I have, at the end of the video, I've put all of the products that I've used and the sizes that I've been using, but this is actually 7¼ by 4½, and we're going to do some scoring. I want to score all the way round at 3/4 of an inch, so I'm going to go up to here on looking at this side of my scoreboard. So all the way round, 3/4 of an inch. And then with the other piece, which is exactly the same size, I'm going to do the same. We want to do 3/4 of an inch, but this time we're just going to go just under 3/4 of an inch, and we're going to score all the way around again. Now this is actually going to be our lid. And when you're making your lid, you need it to be a teensy bit bigger than the base, so it fits on top nicely. So there we go. So I just want to go around and burnish all of our score lines. I need to do that exactly the same with both. And then with our scissors, we're going to just do a little bit of cut. So each corner we need to just cut up the score line, and then we're going to snip a little wedge out of each side, turn it round, do the same, cut up the score line, and then cut a small wedge out of each side. And we're making little tabs so we can stick them down to make our box like so. All the way round, do exactly the same with the lid and the base. These are both of my pieces now, so this is the base, this is the lid, and on the outside of the box I've just got some double-sided tape here, and we need to go all the way around each corner, so each of our flaps, and put a piece of tape on there. So this is, as I said, the outside of the box, so when we put it together that piece would be going on the inside. So here's both of my pieces. Now they've got their double-sided tape on each piece of the tab. This is the base. I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to do a tiny bit more work on my lid, and I'm going to bring in my 3/4 inch punch, and I just want to make a little half circle, not even quite half a circle. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. I am just eyeballing this, but you could actually measure if you wanted to, if you want to get it perfectly straight. And this is just going to make the lid easier to take off when we actually put it together. I'm going to do a little bit of decorating now on my lid, and I'm pulling in my soft suede, and then I have this pretty piece of paper. It's all double-sided, but this is so lovely. And I'm going to just stick that on top of that one. So I'm just going to put a tiny bit of glue around the edge, some in the middle. This is just my normal Tombow multi-purpose glue, and then I'm going to put that in the middle. There should be a small edge all the way around. You get a few seconds wiggle room to get that straight, and then I'm going to put my strip across the middle here. Just going to cut that at the right measurement, and then put some glue on the back. This is a nice, quick, easy box. I thought it would be lovely just as a small gift to give to somebody, just a couple of bars of chocolate in a really pretty box. And then I have my little square that I've cut out from the paper, And I'm going to pop that up with some foam pads. I do not have any of the Stampin' Up dimensionals left at the moment. I'm just using what's in my stash. And then with my soft suede stitch square, I'm going to put that on top of there. And then glue that onto the front. You could measure if you want to get it perfectly in the middle, but I always just do it by eye. Okay, and now I'm going to put that on top of our lid. Again, I've made the measurements just a tiny bit smaller, so you get a little border of the Pacific point going round the lid. I'm going to put that to one side to dry, and I'm going to bring in our base. And I'm just going to show you how to put this together to make the bottom. So you want to take the backing off of our double-sided tape. So I've taken all the backing off. You could use wet glue to do this as well. And then we're going to fold this in and over, and we want to get these two corners straight. And this is going to be the base of the box. Just do that all the way around and push that on. Okay, then I'm just going to get my bone folder in here and just run over, just to make sure it's nice and secure. Then we're going to do exactly the same with the lid. So we now have our lid and our base, and I'm going to make an insert here. So I'm just bringing in my scoreboard here, and with my other piece of patterned paper, which is 5 3/4 by 4 inches. On the 4-inch side, we're going to do a little bit of scoring. So I want to score at 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and 2.5. There we go. And then we're going to fold it in half. And this is the side I want to be facing up, so that piece down on the table, and then score along there. And then we have another score line here, and we're going to fold that back on itself, burnish, and it's same with this one. So this is the shape that we should be left with. So it's like this, and we want to stick these pieces together, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue just down here. And there we go. And actually I'm going to stick it in. So I'm just going to put some glue. So before you put the glue in, make sure your insert fits properly. I did actually have just to cut a tiny sliver off. It was a tiny bit too snug. There we go. And I've stuck that insert in there. And there we go. And I have my bars of chocolate, and I'm going to put those in. I've made this long enough so that the little bits at the end fit as well. And then we've got our lid, and this should fit nice and snugly, which it does. There we go. And that's our finished box. How cute is that? It's really nice. It would make a lovely gift, like a nice little surprise gift. I hope you enjoyed watching this. The measurements and all the products I've used are a little bit further, so if you keep watching you'll see all of those. I hope you enjoyed watching. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. This is what I'm using today. So I have 2 bars of dairy milk. I'm not sure they'll be there by the end of the video, but I've got them at the moment. I've got a 3/4 inch circle punch. It's a Stampin' Up one, pair of scissors. and this fantastic paper pad. This is an 8x8 graphic 45 paper pad, and it's called Ocean Blue. It's got some really pretty papers in it. I'm going to be using this one, and also there's one that you can cut up, so this one. So I've cut out one of the pictures here, and make a wish on a starfish. I've cut a strip out there, so this one and this one. And let me tell you what sizes everything is. So I have 2 pieces of the patterned paper. The largest piece is 5.5 by 2 3/4 inches. The smaller piece is 5 3/4 by 4. And then I've got some Stampin' Up paper here, as I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator, but I'm just dabbling in other patterned paper at the moment. This is soft suede, and this is 5 5/8 by 2 7/8. And I've also cut out a piece of soft suede using the Stitch Shapes dies. And then I have 2 pieces of Pacific Point paper, and they are both 7 1/4 by 4 1/2.